Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, we find a way to win, we find a way to lose. So, Mauricio Suleiman has gone on record, and he said in the ring to Dewey Cooper, Francis Ngannou's one of his trainers. He said that Francis Ngannou will be ranked in the top 10 in the WBC because he feels Francis Ngannou is better than most of the guys ranked in the top 10. Now, that's good news for Francis Ngannou, but to me, that's no surprise because Francis Ngannou, he's established himself with the Saudis. He's also over there fighting on the PFL, and the Saudis are interested in results and how those results can be used to benefit the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and sports. So we know Suleiman is in cahoots, and he's definitely part of the secret society, and he's behind a lot of the strings that are being pulled. And his organization in particular has been, I'm not going to say the single, but I would say one of the few or the many impetuses that have been used to help bubble up boxing over there in the Middle East, in particular Saudi Arabia. Now, when we take a look at what recently happened here, right? This right here is the well, let me show you this first. This right here is the rack and stack of the heavyweight division right now, at least by how the ring is ranking everyone. Now, we all know that the big man is Usyk, okay? But then let me make this a little bit smaller for you guys. Okay, apologize. So let's see, that should be good enough right there. No, a little bit more. Hold on a second. Let's try that. All right. So we know Usyk is the big dog. Tyson Fury, he's ranked number 1. Wilder, AJ, Zhang. So y'all see what's happening here. And Parker is at number 5. Hrgovic, Anderson. Joyce is still holding on. Frank Sanchez and Wallen have finally, bubbled up into the ring rack and stack. So what you can see going on here is that Jared Anderson is going to get a big opportunity sooner than later. Zhang is already there on the cusp of getting a huge fight. Parker somehow keeps, Parker must have a little bit of secret society working with him as well, because wherever Tyson Fury goes, Parker goes. Y'all need to pay attention to that. And Hrgovic, we know that he's in a good position. Joyce, he lost twice to Zhang. That doesn't mean Joyce is washed up. Zhang is a strong, big, heavy southpaw who can crack. Okay, but when you come and you take a look at what the WBC has, this is their top 10 here. They have 15, but let's look at the top 10, okay? When you look at, they're trying to put Ngannou in the WBC listing. You got Wilder, AJ. Can Ngannou beat Wilder? He has a puncher's chance, but I think Wilder's too fast for him. Can he beat AJ? Puncher's chance, but I think AJ can get him if AJ just lets his hands go. Or Slambek Makhmudov. I think Makhmudov and Ngannou will be a good fight. But Makhmudov is strong, man. He can fight. He can fight. But that will be an interesting fight. But I would have to say that Makhmudov beats Francis Ngannou. Frank Sanchez boxes circles around him. Andy Ruiz, it'll be a good fight. But I think Ruiz will get him. Jared Anderson, that's a toss-up. F.A. Jagba, that's a toss-up. Dillian White, that's a toss-up. Martin Bakoli, I don't know. Joseph Parker, I may even say that's a toss-up. So we can stop right there at those 10. And what Mauricio Suleiman said, what he said is pretty damn accurate. Is when you look at the guys who are in the top 10, Francis Ngannou probably could get in there and make things pretty interesting. But I just want to make sure I say this and highlight something that I think people are failing to realize. And I got to be careful because I'm not a guy who makes excuses, right? But what I'll say is maybe Francis Ngannou's best still wasn't enough to beat Tyson Fury on his worst day. Okay? But as a result of just how things played out, it's really helped to grow Francis Ngannou's profile, his boxing profile, exponentially. Now, it's not Francis Ngannou's fault if Tyson Fury took him lightly. Tyson Fury came in overweight. Tyson Fury was eating camel gyros and got food poisoning. That's not Ngannou's fault. Ngannou did what he was supposed to do. He trained. He was in condition. He had a game plan. He followed it, and he almost got the win. I think he did enough to get the nod, but I could see how he wasn't as active as what he should have been, especially if you're trying to get a decision win over someone like Tyson Fury. Probably should have dropped him again, and then still kept your arms going. But he didn't want to experience fatigue and burnout, and then Tyson Fury easily get the stoppage because he's just too tired to fight back or defend himself. But that being said, we could kind of see where the WBC is coming from, because I tell you what, whether you think Francis Ngannou should be ranked in the top 10 or not, we all know that Francis Ngannou and all these guys at the top, they are a business that's cloaked by the sport of boxing. And Francis Ngannou, he is a money machine. I don't know if you guys knew this, but multiple calls were made to Mike Tyson and representatives of Francis Ngannou to have a movie made about him, just based off of his performance last night against Tyson Fury. What do you think about that? So when you get a guy like Francis Ngannou who's on an upward trajectory, and remember, he's fighting MMA and boxing. I'm trying to think, well, Clarissa Shields is doing it, but I mean, who's really doing it and going to be doing it at the level of Ngannou? So, I mean, he's just right now, he's just a money magnet, man. And everyone's trying to get their hands on him. And I hope everything works out for him. But I just want to bring that to you, that he is going to be ranked in the top 10. Just have to wait till the WBC makes their updates. This one right here is as of 12 September. So they're overdue an update. We're about to go into November, so there should be an update dropping soon. But once that update drops, expect to see Francis Ngannou in there. And I would say expect to see Francis Ngannou back in the boxing ring sooner than later. We know for a fact he's fighting MMA with the PFL, but he's going to be back in the boxing ring, and I would love to see him fight Derek Chisora. Derek Chisora wants to fight somebody, fight Francis Ngannou. They're both Africans. I think Chisora is originally from Zimbabwe. We all know Ngannou's from Cameroon. Chisora is going to fight him. Somebody would get knocked out, and that would be a very good fight. Chisora's got the connections out there in Saudi as well. I think that fight can happen. But the problem is Chisora is nowhere ranked in the WBC, so we just have to wait and see how the cards fall. Who knows? They may throw him in with F.A. Agjagba, because Agjagba was ranked number 7 by the WBC, at least on this list that's updated as of 12 September. But long story short, more to come on Francis Ngannou, his future in the sport of boxing. But he just took somebody's spot, and you really can't blame him. But I just wonder if if Mike Tyson and that whole team that worked with Ngannou to prepare him for Tyson Fury, I wonder if they're really along for the ride, or it was just like a one-off kind of deal, a fun thing But as far as to make this into a permanent trainer fighter relationship, I'm not sure. But I guess we'll find out soon enough, right? Anyway, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents, in the breeze.